know what the grip for the baseball is like right now. McGrain is stomping at the pitching rubber again. (3-1) and a line drive toward the corner and left, but foul. Benson a bit early. The bullpen catcher for the Crabs trying to pull a fast one and signal fair, but P.J. McConville's too good to be fooled on that. The score and all that. Here's the payoff. Fouled back off the net. It's just, don't risk anybody getting hurt for in this final inning and a half. Final inning and a half is not that important. Here's the stretch from McGrain, the payoff pitch just outside, and he loses Benson to the walk. So a strikeout and a walk to begin the home eighth. Officially, McGrain's last outing is Friday. 2-0 with a 1.66 ERA, 23 outings. Here's Dean Green, who's 1 for 3, RBI single last inning, a run, a walk. First pitch, big swing and a foul tip to the net. Crabs were up 18-3 until the Blue Crabs got 6 last inning. Unfortunately, Phil Walby's ERA going from 3.18 to 6.92. But it is early in his season. It'll take some time, but he can bring that down. His first inning was scoreless. Pitch to Green. He pulls a ground foul. First base side. It's 0-2. Well, Sugarland now up 16-7 in the 9th inning at Long Island. Not ideal news there on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Pitch from McGrain, a swing and a foul against the net. Long Island, meanwhile, Somerset lost their first. Pitch to Green is low, 1-2. They lead the second game of their doubleheaders 6-3 in the 6th at New Britain. Patriots have blown a few late, though, here recently, which is unlike them. And that might end up costing them the first half, including game 1 tonight. They led 1-0 until Mike Antonini gave up 2 in the 7th. Pitch is fouled off, left side. Ryan Cushmall had gone 6 scoreless with 2 hits. Pitch here is grounded to second base. Rondon toward the middle, shovels off to Dent, and he'll complete it. It's a 4-6-3 double play. And McGrain's scoreless streak is now at 18 outings and 17 and a third innings. And he's allowed no hits. No hits in 9 innings his last 8 games. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We'll go to the 9th tonight in the rain here in Waldorf. Revs lead 18-9.
The York County Solid Waste Authority turns up the heat every day, on your garbage, that is. Advanced waste-to-energy technology is used to burn garbage at 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit in environmentally controlled combustion units. This reduces air emissions and produces electricity, enough to power 20,000 homes every minute of every day. Visit www.ycswa.com to learn more. In York County, garbage is power.
The 1741 Club is here. You in? People's Bank Park introduces a revolution in hospitality in York. The 1741 Club, presented by UPMC. Now open on the skybox level of People's Bank Park, the 1741 Club features stylish design and contemporary decor, all-inclusive food and beverages, and totally flexible ticket purchase options. The hottest spot in York is the place to entertain and thank customers. to an all-inclusive experience at the ballpark. Nightly menus include enhanced classics and a rotation of special offerings, and house selections of draft beer and wine and a full range of non-alcoholic beverages are included in the ticket price. 1741 Club tickets are available for individual purchase through 3 levels of membership or as season tickets, and they can be used for any of the York Revolution's home games based on availability. The 1741 Club, presented by UPMC. You in? Details and pricing at 1741club.com.
Hey, this is Telvin Nash. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Let's go Revs.
End of the 9th inning. Still raining. Still playing. It's steady, but I guess light. The stadium lights definitely make it look worse than it is. New pitcher is right-hander John Hayes for Southern Maryland. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. McAdams, who started the game at third base, went 2 2/3, gave up 1 run. 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 Ks, 65 pitches. Nina up first. The first one misses inside from Hayes. 18-9 the lead. Revs 18 runs, 24 hits, 1 error. Blue Crabs 9-13-0. Here's a swing and a line drive base hit left field. Hit number 25 as Benson plays it on a hop. And Nina is 4 for 6 on the night. He's already driven in 3. So this one stands alone as the second highest hit total in a game in Revs history. The only one higher, that 20-2 win in Lancaster with 28 hits. Here's Trapp. He swings first pitch, yanks a foul in the air. That'll clear the restaurant and left. It bounces off the back portion of the roofing and out of sight. That was June 19th, 2010 when they had the 28 hit game. 0-1. It is inside for a ball. Trapp 3 for 4, a double, 2 ribbies, 3 runs out of the 9 spot. Also has reached on a hit by pitch. 1-1. That's in tight. Now the pitch to Trapp. Swing, and he pops it up foul straight back. Hayes is 0-3, 3.83 ERA. He's made 4 starts. This is his 13th outing in relief. Now fires. Swinging a liner at short, and it's caught by Garcia, who looks Nina back. A little jump, slight little jump from Garcia, who handles it. Trapp jammed a little bit. He is 3 for 5 on the night now. 1 down, and James Skelton the hitter. Skelton 3 for 4, 2 doubles, 3 ribbies, 2 runs, couple walks. 7 of the Revs' 9 starters, as Skelton takes a strike, have at least 3 hits. And the only ones that don't, Nash a 2-run triple as a consolation. The 0-1. It is just outside. And the worst news of the night, other than Sugarland winning, is J.P. Sportman's hitting streak ending, lifted after an 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. So hopefully it's not serious. Obviously it was bad enough they took him out as Skelton swings and misses. But then again, they had a huge lead when they took him out. Hopefully, just precautionary. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He gets Skelton on a fastball away. 2 down here in the 9th inning. Long Island needs 9 to tie. They've gone to the bottom of the 9th. Sugar Land up 16-7. Here's Henry Castillo, who's 3 for 5, a double, a ribby, a run, a walk. First pitch is bounced to second base. Blackstone's got it on the second hop. Toss over to first to end the inning. Well, how about that performance from the Revs offense tonight? It'll end after 18 runs and the second most hits in a game in team history, 25 hits. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th, 18-9 York.
Hey, Revs fans, as if being a season ticket holder wasn't already awesome enough, did you know that another perk of being a season ticket holder is you get a VIP restaurant card good for deals and discounts at 6 participating restaurants? The VIP restaurant card is good at these restaurants: Venice Pizza and Restaurant, 15% off order for dine-in or take-out. Revival Social Club, 1 free dessert per person per ticket per visit. Fuddruckers, 15% off total purchase. Viet Thai, 10% off your order. Friendlies, 20% off your order. And Iron Horse York, 10% off your entire meal on home game days and $5 off entrees on non-home game days. Lock in your 2019 Revs season ticket plan today. Call 717-801-HITS or visit YorkRevolution.com. Great baseball, great fun, and a VIP restaurant card? Now that's Revs time.
We have the tasty 58
Variety.
Maple Donuts.
Maple Donuts put the word donuts in their name because they believe in donuts. Clean label, peanut-free, nutritious, and best of all, tastes better than the other guys who took the donuts out of their name. Maple Donuts is proud of their donuts. That's why they're named Maple Donuts. Maple Donuts knows a thing or two about donuts.
Maple Donuts taste right.
The York Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM.
Now Jamison McGrain will look to go 2 innings and finish this one off. Revs lead at 18-9. McGrain a scoreless 8th inning with the Revs' 3rd double play turn tonight. In that 8th inning, 16 pitches. First one here is ripped to left, a leadoff base hit from Corey Vaughn, who extends his hitting streak to 6, leading off the 9th inning, 1 for 4. And that's the first hit given up by McGrain in his last 8 outings. He had gone 9 no-hit innings. It's just the 2nd hit he's allowed in his last 11 1/3 innings. It's pretty dominant. Jeez. Here's Frank Martinez. And he tried to check. Did he appeal out towards second base? P.J. McConville said he did not. And it's ball 1 in the dirt. The rain has lessened, but it is still precipitating. Martinez 2 at-bats, 2 singles, and a run. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Fastball by him. McGrain got used to this mound last inning, but spent a lot of time stomping down with his cleats toward the rubber. 1-1. Fastball a little high. I don't feel like the high strike has been called very much tonight. And I don't believe they're using TrackMan here, but we did at home. Will not be a work of art tonight. On the offensive side was, but there's the 3-1. It is up and in. Ball 4 to Martinez. The first 2 are on here in the bottom of the 9th. And it'll bring up Edwin Garcia. He is 2 for 4, a 2-run single in the 7th. By the way, Ian Thomas tonight in his 5 innings, 79 pitches. That was within 6 of matching his season high, so that was, I think, good length from him with just becoming a starter again. First pitch to Garcia. He swings, lines it toward right center. Trap was deep. He'll come over, and he's got it. Vaughn tags from second, scampers to third. Throw is lobbed into second base, which keeps Martinez at first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. I'm sure they wanted Walby to go the full 2 innings, but they went to Tago in the 7th. Now they're asking McGrain to go 2 innings. You want to see him get it done efficiently here. Here's Josh McAdams, 1 for 3 with a run and a walk. First pitch, slider pulls on the ground to third. It's off the hands of Castillo and into left. Should be an error, but the scoreless streak for McGrain is over. Vaughn is in to score. It's 18-10. It was right at him. Could have been a game-ending double play. And instead we play on. Now the scoreless streak ends. He might still have an unearned or an earned run streak, but first run allowed since May 18th. 17 straight outings without a run. Going back to May 22nd. Here's a swing and a miss. It is 0-2. Think about it, that's over a month. And that was scored an error. Not that the conditions are any good right now. It doesn't help. Pitch, it is swung on, floated in the air toward the line and right. Long run Dotel, and it lands foul by the Revs bullpen before he could arrive. Rain looks like it's coming down more sideways now, but it's a lot lighter than it had been an inning ago. McGrain ready, the pitch. Swinging a foul tip, bounce behind the plate. Falsetti will make him throw another one. I'm sorry, that wasn't McAdams. That was John Griffin who was pinch hitting. Did pick an RBI on that error. McGrain deals, and a swing at a high fly, right center. Dotel coming over from right, calls off Trap. He's there first, he's got it. And they'll tag with Martinez from second. He goes to third as the throw goes into second base. They're 2 down, Revs an out away from finishing this epic tonight. And here is Kent Blackstone back at the top of the order. He is 1 for 4 with a run and a walk. First and third, 2 outs. McGrain the pitch, and a swing and a shot toward left center. And Nina hustling over, reaches down, can't get it. Just out of his reach, 1 run home. Here comes another run. Blackstone stands at second with a 2-run double, and it's 18-12. It was not hit all that hard. It was like a blooping fly ball right in the perfect spot, right between left and center. And Nina, typically an infielder, he came hustling over, reached the glove down about hip high to his left, but could not get leather on it. Of course, he's out there with Sportman leaving the game, Trap going over to center. Those are all unearned. That makes it look a little uglier now, 18-12. Here's Ruby Silva, and a first pitch slider misses high. And it's more pitches for McGrain, who's now at 31. He fires, and a swing and a foul tip. Glanced off the glove of Tejeda and on back. Silva 2 for 5 tonight, double, 3 RBIs. Well, we've just set a Revs record for most combined runs between both teams in a game. Beat it by 1. Pitch is swung on and missed, a slider down and in. And McGrain now a strike away. The previous record was 29 combined runs. Revs beat Lancaster 21-8. September 10th, 2010. Seems like all these records are against Lancaster. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. A high fastball, and that'll do it. As the Revs win the opener here in Waldorf, it is an 18-12 slugfest final here tonight. And the Revs win their 6th in a row. Season high for runs. It's the most in the league this season. Second most hits in a game in team history with 25. Ian Thomas picking up his 3rd win. And the Revs, it was not pretty late in the game as we played in slop. But they get it done with an offensive performance, I'd say, for the ages. But here of late, it's been routine for this team. Maybe not to this extent, but they whoop up on another opponent tonight. And it starts off the final week of the first half, this 6-game road trip, with an 18-12 win. We will take a timeout. Stay tuned. Post-game show is coming up next.
York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. Brought to you by Wolf's Bus Line, the official transportation provider of the Revs. York Water Company, Penn State York, Wise Markets, by Fast Signs, Reinhardt Food Service, Highmark Blue Shield, Seltzer's Lebanon Bologna, East York Veterinary Center, by Bricker's Famous French Fries and Food, Penn State Hershey Children's Hospital, Brewery Products, Encompass Rehabilitation Hospital of York, Sheets, YMCA of York County, York County Food Bank, and by Martin's Potato Chips.
The Atlantic League's brightest stars shine in the country's first capital. The fun and excitement of the Atlantic League All-Star Game returns to Peoples Bank Park on Wednesday, July 10th. Don't miss a celebration 8 years in the making and right here in your backyard. The 3-time Atlantic League champion York Revolution fills the Brooks Robinson Plaza with free family fun in the judgment-free fun zone presented by Planet Fitness. Then the league's biggest hitters slug it out in the 2019 All-Star Home Run Derby. During the game, the wacky Superstars bring laugh after laugh in their only York appearance this season. And after the game, the Star-Blazing Spectacular, the biggest fireworks display in ballpark history, launches from center field, presented by AAA Southern Pennsylvania. It's the party of the summer and only at Peoples Bank Park. The 2019 Atlantic League All-Star Game. Tickets and details at allstargameyork.com or 717-801-4487. That's 717-801-HITS.
Remember rushing to the newspaper in the morning to read all about that Revs game from the night before? Every morning, courtesy of WOYK. Simply log on to YorkRevolution.com and click to sign up to receive daily game recaps every day as the York Revolution go for another Atlantic League title. We're your source for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Catch the Revs all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Revs win it 18-12 tonight here in Waldorf. Darrell Henry back with you as we welcome you to the postgame show. Where to begin with this one? I don't know, maybe the 30 runs scored, the highest combined in a game in team history. The 18 runs is their most on the road since 2012, their most overall since a game last June when they hung 19 on the Road Warriors. Officially, it ties the 8th highest scoring game for the Revs offense in team history. The 25 hits, that's a different story. That total is the 2nd highest in a game in Revs history. 6 straight wins, now 31-34, within 3 games of the 500 mark for the first time since they were 4-7 back on May 7th. They have won 16 of the last 19, 18 of the last 22, 7 of the last 8 on the road, and they are now 7-1 against Southern Maryland this season, 16-9 against the Freedom Division. The Blue Crabs fall to 22-42. And unfortunately for the Revs, Sugar Land wins as well, so the Skeeters with a magic number of 2. Revs remain 2.5 back with 5 to go in their first half. Only 4 remaining in Sugar Land's first half, and Revs have to find a way to finish a full game ahead. And it's down to its last legs, but who would have ever thought that we would be here even a week and a half ago? I mean, the way that this team has made up ground here in the last 3 weeks, but even in the last week and a half, just to get within this distance. But tonight, 2 3-run innings, 2 5-run innings for the offense. 7 of the 9 starters had at least 3 hits. Revs led 3-0 in the first inning. They've been by far the league's best first inning team, and they do it again tonight. Telvin Nash, a 2-run triple, giving him a league-leading 50 RBIs. Tejeda, an RBI single. They led it 3-0 in the first. Another run in the second on a James Skelton 2-out RBI double. His 2-out production continues to just be off the charts. Blue Crabs got a run on a throwing error in the bottom of the second, but the Revs put up 3 more in the third. Dotel, an RBI infield hit. He had already extended his hitting streak to 17 an inning earlier. And then Angeles Nina, a 2-run double to left center, 7-1 the lead at that point. The only other damage done against Ian Thomas, a solo homer from Tony Thomas in the 4th inning, and an RBI ground out from Ruby Silva in the 5th inning. Ian went 5, giving up 3 runs, 2 earned on 6 hits. He walked 1, struck out a season-high 7. Revs a 7-2 lead in the 5th inning when they enjoyed their first of back-to-back 5-run, 6-hit innings when they turned this into a laugher. Had a sac fly from Dotel, RBI singles from Trapp and Skelton, RBI double from Castillo, and a wild pitch, scoring a run in the 5th inning as well. Then in the 6th inning, RBI bloop hit from Rondon, RBI singles from Nina and Trapp, RBI double from Skelton, another run scoring on a wild pitch. Final run for the Revs came in the 7th when Dotel tripled and came home on a wild pitch. At one point, they led it 18-3. That was in the 7th, but Southern Maryland with 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning against Phil Walby, who in the 6th inning had worked a scoreless frame, but they got 6 hits off of him in the 7th. One of the runs was walked home by Tago after Walby had left, but charged to Walby, and only the 2nd inherited run that Tago's given up all year. But at any rate, Revs had the big lead. It was no reason to sweat. They led it 18-9 at that point. And if anything, the worst thing is that they had to bring Tago in probably an inning earlier than they would have wanted, so then McGrain goes 2 instead of 1. Hopefully he's still ready tomorrow, but After a scoreless 8th for McGrain, kind of the same thing as Walby, he ran into trouble in his second inning, but all 3 runs were unearned. He still has an earned run, a no earned run streak alive, but gave up his first runs since May 18th after a scoreless streak of 17 2/3, 1 run scoring on an error, and 2 more on a 2-out double by Kent Blackstone. But the Revs with the 18-12 win here tonight at Southern Maryland. Not the Revs' highest run total in a game ever, but it is the highest combined run total between 2 games, or between 2 teams in a game in Revs history. Now, we'll get to the totals in just a bit, but first, let's take a look at our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Finals everywhere. Sugar Land wins 16-7 at Long Island tonight, so they had some runs as well. And as we said, Sugar Land's magic number is now at 2. But that's, as close as the Revs have gotten, that's not really the overall point at this point. They have turned their season around, and even if they don't pull off a miracle here, there is every reason to be extremely excited for what's ahead in the second half and everything. And Lancaster, meanwhile, they gave up 2 in the bottom of the 9th, losing at High Point 4-3. Cody Epley giving it up. Might have been a home run from what I gathered. And meanwhile, Somerset splits a doubleheader. They gave up 2 in the bottom of the 7th, losing at New Britain 2-1, but bounced back with a 6-3 win in the second game. So they are within half a game of Long Island for first. And the Patriots, they also have to finish a game up. Long Island is leading that head-to-head tiebreaker over Somerset. And High Point still hanging around. Tonight their win ended a 3-game skid. They are within 2 in third place in the Liberty. Major League scores here tonight. And had a little internet snafu. Now we'll get to it. The Nationals lead the Marlins 2-1. That's in the 7th inning up the road in D.C. And evidently Patrick Corbin, starting for the Nationals tonight, normally wears 46. He wore 45 tonight for his former teammate Tyler Skaggs, who they were drafted together by the Angels once upon a time. The Angels did play tonight in Texas, and they're tied at 3 in the 5th inning on just what I can imagine is an unbelievably somber night. I remember what it was like when Jose Fernandez passed in the first game back. It's a really tough thing, but they are playing tonight. Angels and Rangers tied at 3 in the 5th inning in Texas. Pirates lead the Cubs 2-0. That's in the 4th inning. Must have had a delay. The Red Sox a 10-3 win, or 10-3 lead in Toronto in the bottom of the 9th inning. Subway Series, Mets lead the Yankees 4-2 in the 9th at Citi Field. Brewers and Reds playing in the 11th, tied at 4. Rockies lead the Astros 7-5 in the 6th at Coors Field. Indians a 7-3 lead in KC in the 6th inning. The West Coast games are just getting started. Twins and the A's are scoreless. Diamondbacks have a 1-0 lead on the Dodgers in LA. That's in the 1st inning. Giants have scored in the 1st inning in San Diego, 1-0 there. Cardinals up 1-0 in Seattle, also in the 1st. The Rays beat the Orioles 6-3. Charlie Morton struck out 12 to improve to 9-2. Asher Wojciechowski just picked up by the Orioles. He suffered the loss, which I believe was his Baltimore debut. And the Phillies a 2-0 win in Atlanta. Aaron Nola improves to 7-2. He went 8. Phillies beat Dallas Keuchel in one of his early outings in a Braves uniform. And the Tigers and White Sox rained out tonight in Chicago. And that is your York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard tonight. Again, the final in our game, the Revs 18, the Blue Crabs 12. And your totals in this one tonight, for the Revs, 18 runs, 25 hits, 2 errors. They leave 11 on base. Southern Maryland, 12 runs, 15 hits. No errors. They leave 8. Win goes to Ian Thomas. He's 3-0. The loss to Brandon Compton, 3-8. Time of the game, 3 hours, 29 minutes. That ties the longest 9-inning game for the Revs this season, and played in front of 2,879 here at Regency Furniture Stadium tonight. This is what it would be like every night if the Revs were either in the Pacific Coast League or the California League, but they are not. So this was a treat, and again, the most combined runs in a game in team history. Quick look at the box score. Skelton 3 for 5, drove in 3, 2 doubles, 2 runs. Castillo 3 for 6, he doubled and drove in 1. Nash's only hit was the 2-run triple, but that's productive. Tejeda 4 for 5 with an RBI, 3 scored. Dent 3 for 6, 3 runs. Rondon had a hit. He came in midway, had an RBI. Dotel 3 for 5 with a triple, 2 ribbies, 2 runs. Nina 4 for 6, 3 RBIs. Trapp 3 for 5, 3 runs scored. You had 5 guys with multiple RBIs, 7 guys with at least 1 extra base hit, 7 with at least 3 hits. Tejeda and Nina each had 4 hits. You had 3 score 3 runs, and 3 others scored 2 runs. Just a huge box score tonight for the Revs. And your Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group player of the game in this one. I don't know. Let's go with Nina, because he's done so many things well. Hasn't had a ton of offense, but he's had some big hits. He's had a few big games, but here recently he's kind of been overshadowed offensively. And yesterday might have been the start of something. 2 for 5 with 2 runs. But tonight he had one of the 4-hit games, drove in 3, and both of those matching single game best in this particular game. So he's not the only one that did that, but he also played second and left field tonight out of necessity. And he's just been an overall terrific addition for the team, a huge reason why they've turned things around the way that they have. So we'll give it to Angeles tonight, coming down here against his former team. And he is your Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group player of the game. Well, the Revs will try to make it 7 straight wins tomorrow for the second time on this stretch. They've won 6 in a row. They won 7 in a row back on June 12th through the 18th. If they can do so, it would also be a 7th straight series win. We have never really talked about things like this. I mean, 16-3 the last 19, 18-4 the last 22. It is truly one of the greatest stretches of baseball in Revs history, which is very odd given the way that this first half started, and it probably is not going to end with them making the postseason just yet. Again, Sugar Land's magic number lowered to 2 with their win tonight, but it is not over. But anyway, after the miserable start, this truly has been one of the greatest stretches in Revs history, and they will try to make it another 7-game winning streak tomorrow night. 6:35 first pitch will be on at 6:15. Duke Von Schaman tomorrow. He's 2-2, 2.89 ERA. Righty Michael Kelly goes for the Blue Crabs, 3-4 with an ERA of 4.37. Again, it's a 6:15 airtime tomorrow, and we hope you can join us then. Until then, Darrell Henry saying so long from Regency Furniture Stadium. Again, the final tonight, it is the Revs 18 and the Blue Crabs 12. Thanks a lot for listening. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 6:15 for the pregame right here on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Thank you for listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. Catch the Revs all season on York's only place for local sports. Tune in 20 minutes before first pitch for a trip to the clubhouse with player interviews and the manager, Mark Mason, every game. Listen throughout the day for the Revs Report and check out 98.9 WOYK.com for highlights and features on York's pro team. York Revolution Baseball all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Now we return to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
We hope you can join us then. Until then, Daryl Henry saying so long from Regency Furniture Stadium. Again, the final tonight, it is the Revs 18 and the Blue Crabs 12. Thanks a lot for listening. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 6:15 for the pregame right here on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Thank you for listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. Catch the Revs all season on York's only place for local sports. Tune in 20 minutes before first pitch for a trip to the clubhouse with player interviews and the manager, Mark Mason, every game. Listen throughout the day for the Revs Report and check out 98.9 WOYK.com for highlights and features on York's pro team. York Revolution Baseball all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in